This is Cliff Cummings, and this is my WDD330 final project video. I chose to make a website that easily calculates air travel distances between a source airport and one or more destination airports. There are already websites that calculate air travel distance and much more, but they are full of annoying ads and have unfriendly user interfaces. My app is intended to be a simple tool to quickly generate air travel distances. I had to create an API key for two different airport APIs, the Air Labs and the Aviation Stack APIs, and use them successfully to retrieve airport data that was vital to this project. I also wanted to implement an immediately invoked function expression like we learned about in week 5, and that can be seen in this JSON display.js file. Try-catch error handlers were used in both the main.js file and the JSON display.js file to trap any unexpected errors. I searched online for how to calculate the shortest air travel distance between two airports. I found the Havershine formula, which calculates the shortest distance between 2 points on a sphere, in this case the Earth, and incorporated it into the calc distance function, taking latitude-longitude pairs for 2 points and returning the distance in miles. I used two APIs that store airport data information. Both required an API key, which are stored on lines 35 and 36 in this same file. The websites had a limit on the number of queries that were allowed. Airlabs allows 100 queries per month and maintains data for more than 23,000 airports. Aviation Stack allows a total of 1,000 queries, but expires after about a month and maintains data for more than 6,000 airports. I also downloaded all US airports, more than 3,000, from the Airlabs website and placed them in a US airports JSON file in a data directory. I did most of my initial testing with the US airports JSON file so that I would not use up my allotted queries just from the two remote airport websites. The Airlabs and the Aviation Stack had different names for the JSON fields, so I added the functions convert Airlabs format and convert Aviation Stack format to correct the required formats. So in total, there are 9 distinct JSON fields returned across the two unique endpoints. There's a toggle button that is used for hide and show the latitude and longitude. So for instance, if we use Seattle as our starting point, if we look it up, it shows us what the latitude and longitude are, but maybe you don't want to see that information, so that can be hidden or it can be shown again. Hovering over the home or the JSON menu items will turn the text yellow with underlines. And if you go to the styles.cs, of course, we have this being responsive to the screen size. So if I change the screen size, we see that as I grow larger, I can see the buttons and the latitude, longitude show up. Let's go ahead and add another destination here, Boston, and we will look that one up, and it has latitude and longitude. But as I decrease the size, everything gets put into a single column instead of source and destination columns, and the two yellow buttons disappear, and so do the longitude and latitude information that take up too much space. There are click event listeners on all the buttons on the web page, and for local storage, I would store what the user last chose here, what the airport code was, their default source airport code, and which of the APIs or databases they were using. So as I refresh the web page, I see that I'm still using Aviation Stack. I still have Seattle, and I have a button here that I was using before as well. So when I clear click form, that clears everything out of the local storage and also resets the form for me. There's a Trello board, was used and frequently augmented as new features were conceived. As features were being coded, the Trello cards were moved to the doing column, and as features were completed, the Trello cards were moved to the done column. So let's do another quick demonstration of this web page here. Here I've entered, well, let's enter Seattle because that's a good hub. And from there, let's choose our first destination. Notice that the default country is US, but we'll put in Boston. And so that's going to show me what the distance is from Seattle to Boston. Let's also put in there LAX, and I'm just using lowercase letters, but they show up just fine. I also can hit enter instead of hitting the lookup button. I can also add as a distance. Let's go for the country Japan and the major airport there, Narita. And if we look that up, notice that there is no Narita found in the country Japan. That's because we're still on the local US airports database. If we go to something like Aviation Stack, now if I click, notice when I click lookup, it's going to say that it's loading the airport data, and now it'll show me the distance from Seattle to Narita. And then finally, let's also add an invalid code, such as triple Z. If I try to look it up, it's not found in the country US. Not only that, but if I delete the country, so I don't even specify it, if I try to look it up, it'll tell me that I have to add a valid code there. And I can also remove any of these that I don't want to be shown. And so this was my project for WDD330.